This is called slipcorking. First, I'll talk about my rod and reel. This is a 10-foot rod. We use anywhere from 10 to 8-foot rod. This here is around about a predator here. And as you see, it's not the newest reel of all, but it still works. Also, I use a medium action reel that I use on here, and it's been through a few fish itself. So, and my test line that I use on here is 17-pound test is what I use on here. And all I do to start off with, I don't have nothing on here to start off, nothing. The first thing you want to do is put on a barber stopper. That's what we call a slip knot. And it's real simple. All you do is take your line and you run it through just like that. You pull that through, you pull the red off, put it down, and you pull these strings right here together, just like that, till you get them tight. Once you get it tight, I kind of test it and see how tight it is. Because the reason for having it tight, if you start catching these fish in about 5 foot of water, you want to stay at 5 foot. You don't want it to slide and move by itself. You want to be able to move it. So once you get it where you want it, then you want to clip these extra pieces. So I always keep a pair of scissors or a knife with me, and I clip off the extra, just like that. I leave a little bit on there to pull, because sometimes it'll come loose or it'll loosen up a little bit. So if you pull on one of these, it'll tighten it right back up. So first, we got our slip knot, and then we need something to keep this cork from going through that slip knot, and that's what we use. That's when we use a bead. I have beads here, and all I do is I slide my bead on next on my line, just like that. Then you take your slip cork and you take what we call the pretty end, you run it through first. That first eye, from the top, first eye to the back eye. Just like that. You got that on just like that. Now we need something to stand that cork up, because it ain't gonna stand up by itself. So what we do, we take a weight. I use a slip weight, or what they call an egg weight. This is a 3/8 ounce weight. Usually it'll stand this cork right up. So what we do is we slide the weight on. Next. Just like that. And then we need something to keep all of this on. So what I do is I cut me a little leader line off, because I'm gonna use this other end. So I take my scissors and I cut the leader line off like that. And then I tie a swivel on. You can use any kind swivel. The main thing you want to do is hold this. This knot is just a regular knot. I call it a CJ's knot. Just twist it about 5 or 6 times. You run your line through there, through that loop. If I can get it, yep. And then you wet it, and then you pull it, cinch it down, just like that. That holds all of this on, just like that. Now you need something to put your hook on. That line that we cut off earlier, that's it right there. That's a leader line. I tie it on the other end. Take it like that. And I twist it, same way, same knot, CJ's knot, 5 or 6 times. Run it through this eye. If I can get it right there. Run it through just like that. Wet it. And pull it. You have a leader line. Now you want that leader line to be about 8 to 10 inches, so I'm gonna cut some of this off. And I take my hook. It's a number 4 treble hook. It's what I'm using today. I use anywhere from 8, 6 to 4. The reason I have these different size hooks, because sometimes them fish don't take that big hook. It could be a big fish, but sometimes he just won't take that big hook. So sometimes I keep smaller hooks in there just in case. but today we're using number 4. So I'm gonna tie that 4 on like this, same knot. That's CJ's knot. You can see it right here. I twist about 6 or 7 times. Take that, loop it through, wet it. So right here, you got your slip knot, barber stopper, that slides, that you can adjust the depth how you want to fish. You can fish 5 foot, 10 foot, it doesn't matter. As long as you got that knot will go all the way into the reel and also into the rod. I mean, go into the rod and also into the reel. So it won't get hung up. You got your bead, you got your cork, your weight, your swivel, and your hook. Now you're ready to fish. Now the difference between this punch bait and sponge bait or dip bait is all you need is a treble hook. You never have to touch it with your hand. You just punch it off in there, pull it out with an angle, and it's on there. You never touch it. So you use a stick with this the same way, but you never have to touch this bait. I remember years ago when we used to fish Hefner Lake, we used to go up there on the dam, and we know a little bit about slip corking, but we didn't know that whole much about it. You know, we didn't get started slip corking until later on when my dad started slip corking. But I know that we would go out there
right now,
and we'll be fishing off the dam, and we used to watch them older guys now.
Oh yeah.
A lot of them have passed on now, but a few of them are still around. And we used to watch them slip cork off the dam, and we'd be up there talking to them, and they would never turn around and look at us. And we couldn't understand why. We just thought, oh man, this guy here is rude. He don't like us and all that. But that wasn't the case. It's the same way with now. When you're slip corking, you have to watch that cork. You don't hardly have time to be turning around and looking and talking to people. You want to keep your eyes on that cork at all times, because the key part to it is watching. Because he could take it under in a second. And he'll take it under and sometimes let it go. And you'll never know you got a bite. And sometimes he'll take it under and you'll feel him hit it and still miss it. So the key deal is to keep your eyes on the cork. Watch the cork at all times. Every once in a while you can look around and see what's going on around you. But most of the time you're keeping your eyes on that cork. And that's the thing, that's what makes a good slip corker a good slip corker, is by watching that cork.
Is he little or big? Huh? Oh, he is beating me in fishing. He done caught him another one. A nice keeper. Yeah, he got him a good mess. He's in my spot, you know that. He's got a nice stringer. Yeah.
We had been buying bait from a lady at the time named Miss Jordan. That's how my dad and them got started in it. But what happened was she got up in age where she wasn't able to make bait anymore. So she stopped making bait. So we had to find a decent bait to fish with. And it wasn't, we've tried different baits, a few baits here and there. Some of them is out there still on the market right now today. But you know, they really wasn't satisfying. But before that, I had tried to make some bait and it didn't come out successful. So I stopped. But then when I went over this friend's house, he started telling me a little bit about it. And when he told me a little bit about it, then I started paying attention to it. And then I went home and I tried it. And that's what we did. I tried it and it came out right. And when I started using it, just me and my family started using it, and we started catching fish on it. And then really the successful part of it was when my dad started using it. When my dad and mom started asking for it, I knew I had some good bait then.
Well, didn't do too bad today. Barely hold them up. We call these on that CJ's crawdad punch bait.